Shining bright, sunshine in the sky. Megan and Tammy here to testify, spreading love, laughter, and good vibes too. The Fat Girl Chronicles, we're breaking through. No more
Hi everyone,
no more feeling.
I'm Tammy,
And I'm Megan.
and together we are
The Fat Girl Flippers.
And this is the Fat Girl Chronicles, our podcast. I know we've missed a couple weeks. It's been a busy couple weeks.
We got lots of updates.
So Megan's going to tell you a little bit about our podcast and where you can hear us and watch us.
Yeah, so if you are watching us on YouTube, awesome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification button so when we do post, you're told or you're notified that we are posting. We do try to do every Friday. The last couple of Fridays we've been a little bit busy. Things have been a little nuts, so we'll talk about that more. But yeah, make sure you're subscribing and hitting that notification bell. We also love when you comment. We read the comments, so feel free to keep doing that. If you just want to listen to us through audio, that's totally cool too. We love that. We are on pretty much all the podcast streams, Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. So feel free to listen to us there as well. Other than that, yeah, it's been busy. What do you think? Yeah.
You have a hairy cat. Animal, not the cat that's attached to my body.
Harry Archie.
Harry Archie, and I was just looking down and I realized that he must have been rubbing against this when it was hanging up. So, because sometimes he sleeps under my clothes where they hang up.
Oh my God, Tammy.
God love him. He's
Really though.
He's
What a
the sweetest
sweetie.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been
crazy.
It's been crazy. The last 2 weeks, we've gotten together to do the podcast, and then it's just been like
we just ended up either chatting or like just doing something to fill the time because we were tired.
Yeah.
And working on so many irons on the fire, I guess is the only way to describe it.
Yeah. Before we get into, I think basically we're going to talk about our event. So we did have the event last Saturday, the Fat Splash. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But do we want to talk about our weeks first? How was your week?
Sure. My week has been crazy busy, and it's only like what's today?
Thursday.
Almost done the week. Yeah. I went with my friend Michelle Wood from Lemonade Stand. We went up to St. John, New Brunswick, just to get away and work on some stuff and, have a little break. And actually ended up working on a lot of accessibility stuff while we were there. So it kind of worked out really well. And it was nice. Anyone who knows me knows I'm like a dog. When you say the car's going on a road trip, I'm in it. So the only difference is I don't hang out the window with my tongue hanging out.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So stopped in Sussex to visit Michelle's sister, which was a great experience because she ran into this little soap shop for us and got us we wanted to smell some things, so she brought some sprays out for us to smell, and I got a really nice bottle of lavender. It's quite big.
Oh, I love you. Richard loves lavender.
It's really good to help you sleep and stuff. So I got that. And then when we headed up to St. John's, her sister followed us and we went out for supper at Montana's, and that was really nice. I mean, although I do more putting my supper into a takeout container than I do eating, but
right.
It was nice, and it was nice to chat with, adult women and just have a night out, and it was really fun. And then her sister went home because she had a big Costco order in her car because she runs a restaurant. So she had to get home with the meat and stuff. And Michelle and I just took a little drive down by the waterfront and had a look at one of the big ships that was there, not a cruise ship, but like a container ship. And then the fog rolled in, so we headed back to our hotel and hit the bed and slept like logs. And
I bet.
woke up in the morning and had a great breakfast and got on the road again and came home yesterday. So, oh, and I got to see my babies. We stopped for a few minutes in Salisbury, which where Candy's biological mom lives, and I got to see my baby Candy and my baby granddaughter Kaya.
Aw,
So that was great. I
that's
always love to see
awesome.
them. They're the highlight of my life.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So how was your
Um,
week?
This morning was eventful.
What happened?
I was gonna tell you on like the road, but then I was like, I'm just gonna save it for the
You have that?
podcast.
Okay, it's attached, but I'm gonna pull it because
What?
it's straight. A hair.
Oh,
It was straight.
um. So this morning, I am a solid believer in Petro Canada because I get my points. It's on my app. So like,
Oh Lord.
so you can. So I don't know who has Petro Canada app, the points app, but you can go up to the pump and prepay, but through the app.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. So I prepaid through the app. I get out of the car. I do my little pump or whatever. And then I put the thing in and it says, please pay inside. And I'm like, that's not right because I just paid through the app and it is working. So I look at the phone and I see that it did take out my $80. And I also see that it's showing that I'm still pumping, even though I'm clearly not because the pump is in the machine. So I was like, I took it back out and put it back on to see if that made a difference. It didn't. It just kept saying, please pay inside. So I'm like, okay, great. So it's like 10 to 8. So we're talking like morning traffic. I mean, this is everybody getting gas for work. So I go in and the guy's like, I know. It says that you paid through mobile, but it's also telling me you need to pay inside. So I was like, okay. I was like, but I did pay for it. Like it is charged like $80 and I showed him my account. I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. And he goes like, just texted my manager. Like, I'm not sure what to do either. So I said, well, I can pay for it inside, but I want my receipt just so that way, like if it doesn't reimburse me on the mobile side of things, then I can come back and get a refund or whatever. And he goes, it won't even let me
Give
like,
you a receipt.
well, it won't even let you pay for it. Like I can't even like you can't even pay for it type of thing. The machine's all messed up. So I was like, okay. I was like, and then keep in mind, this is like 10 to 8. So like,
you got to be to work.
well, I'm not so much worried about me, but there's like 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
like 10 people behind me. So I'm like, I'm just going to step to the side. Don't worry about it. Cause this is who I am. I'm not like demanding of her anything. I was just like,
Not
whatever.
like me. I'd be like, shut this gas station down. You get this figured out and put all these other people out of here.
So I was like, let me just step to the side. So he like brings in like these 10 people and then he's on the phone and he's like, I'm calling POS. So I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. So ultimately what ends up having to happen is he has to shut down all of the pumps to reset. So then like people are coming in and they're like, I need to pay for my gas, or I need to prepay for my gas or whatever. And he's like, all the pumps are resetting. I'm sorry. So she's like, well, then just buy me. I'm just going to go get the smokes. I'm just going to buy my smokes. And I'm like standing there and I'm like, I'm sorry. I shut down the whole place. I'm so sorry. You can't get gas this morning.
Poor Megan.
And so
caused havoc at the gas station.
I did. So all of that to say that I ended up shutting down the gas station for like 10 minutes while they had to reset. And I didn't have to pay anything inside. Obviously, it went through my mobile. So, I showed them like my app and my bank account and everything. But oh my God, what a very stressful morning.
That would be stressful.
Yep. As far as my week, it's been a pretty chill week. So we did have the event. We'll talk about that in a second. So afterwards, I
vegged.
I was exhausted. People tend to think of me as being very extroverted, which I can be. But I mask it a lot. So like, I just feel that like I knew after the event that I would be exhausted. Like I'm very sociable. I'm very like, happy.
You were on at the event.
Yes.
I on the other hand, was trying to just be my normal everyday self. But I saw Megan's
On.
got this. Megan's on today, so I don't have to be on. I'll just be I'll hang here and see what Megan needs me to do, and she'll tell me when she needs me to do it.
And that is true. It's so
And
funny.
I loved it because you said to me when the ladies that were getting the clothes, you're like, and Tammy will do your invoices.
Yes, I did.
But that was good because I've been waiting for. I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? Because we play bingo. Anyway, we'll talk about that
in a second. But yeah, no, I needed like time to veg, so I did do that. I took. Well, we had Monday off because it was St. Anne's Day or whatever. So Saturday, that was Saturday. So they gave us Monday off. So I had Monday off anyway. So I have guests visiting at my house. So I went down to my parents' house left Sunday night, stayed or Saturday night, Sunday night, and Monday night, and went to work from my parents' house on Tuesday. So I just didn't want to have extra guests around. Not that I was super excited to see them, like they're relatives. I love them. And I got to spend some time with them, but like I needed time where I didn't have to also be on for them as well. So yeah. So that's kind of where I am. It's so funny. So Gloria was the one that was visiting, and she's from Newfoundland. She's my mother-in-law's sister, and she loves watching our lives. So she herself is not really plus size. She's kind of like a large, extra large, but she watches our lives all the time.
She's a small chunky dunk.
Yeah, she's a small chunky dunk. So she's always, every time I come down, she's like, oh my God, I just love all your clothes that you wear. So she's a sweetie. Like she actually is a sweetie, but.
Well, if she's Trudy's sister, I could see that.
Yeah. But I just needed like a moment by myself. I didn't even want to be bothered. Really
oh God, it's hard. Like, you have to deal with people all day long at your job. So, I mean, when you go home, that's your sacred space.
For sure.
So I understand that.
Yeah.
I personally don't like having people in my house, even if they're relatives.
Yeah.
I will endure it for a short period of time, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Other than you, and Candy, there's not a lot of people I would want at my house.
Like for an extended.
Yeah. A couple nights, but
that's about it.
Fortunately, I live in a tiny house, so I don't have to deal with that.
That's true.
No relatives can call up and say,
that is
hey,
true.
We're coming down for a couple weeks. I'll be like, oh, that's nice. Where are you staying? Oh my God. Well, they can't stay with me.
I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think like my week before the weekend was like literally we're just kind of prepping for getting ready for the pool party. And then afterwards it was just resting, and I've just been working and laying low.
You have a beautiful tan.
I do, actually.
You have a really good tan, which you don't usually get one.
No, normally I burn, but I feel like I've been outside more.
Yeah.
I didn't put sunscreen on that day either.
I didn't either.
No. We weren't out that very long, though.
I did get some tan, though. Better than I was.
Oh, look at you go.
I know.
So, did you want to chat about the event? What your thoughts were, feelings were?
Oh my gosh. I wish Suzanne was here with us right now.
You know what? We didn't do this right. We should have.
We should have called her in.
Yeah. Yeah. She's probably listening. She listens to all our podcasts.
We love you. Suzanne's so cool. She's just she's laid back and she's sweet and she's a nice person. And I like her. She was a really good choice for a collab. A collab. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she was.
She's calm. She doesn't get excited. You know what I mean? Like, she's a good energy. She's the exact opposite of me. But I'm like, squirrel. Can't even sit still in the car. Yeah. I absolutely, except for the accessibility issues, which we can talk about that.
Yeah.
I absolutely adored the day. I thought each and every one of the people that came to the pool, to the Fat Splash, were incredible humans. I finally got to meet some of our favorite customers.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, you've met some of them because of the deliveries and stuff, but a lot of them I have never met. So that That was so nice, and it was so great. And I got the nicest hug from Donna Willard. Well, I got a lot of hugs, but Donna Willard sticks out in my mind because she's always been one of our favorite customers. Well,
Yeah.
we say that about all of them, but that's true. We love them all.
Which is true.
But yeah, so I got to meet them, and the big surprise that Megan kept quiet from me.
For weeks.
Sitting in the parking lot waiting for people to come in for Fat Splash, and Megan's like, "Whoa, what's that up there?" And I look up, and it's my daughter and my grandson walking towards the car. And they didn't tell, she's from Moncton. They didn't tell me that they were coming. And Megan knew and kept it a secret. And it was the best surprise because I love my girl. And she had so much fun too. She said that too. She loved it. It was a good time.
Yeah, she would have messaged. She messaged when Trista was here. So that would have been like the 10th or 11th of July. So way back.
Yeah.
And it was funny because she messaged and she asked about both of them coming. And and of course because I was like, of course she would ask me because I, of all people, really struggle with like saying no.
If anyone had asked me that, I would have been like, no.
Yeah. So if anyone had asked Tammy, like Tammy said, she would have been no. And I'm like thinking, oh my God, how am I going to tell her she's going to drive all the way from Moncton and Kaden can't like participate because right because it was only for non-binary or women. And so I was like, oh, but anyway, Candy was fabulous, and she's like, okay, let me think about it. We were even talking about like them coming early, and then me trying to like figure out how you get out to the park early to visit with them before the party. And then she messaged the next day and was like, she talked to him about it, and he was like, no, I'll just wait in the car. Like, I'll keep busy. I'll go somewhere, whatever. Like, you go.
He's a doll.
Yeah.
Absolute doll.
Yeah. So it was really hard. And then the weekend after, Tammy was like, I'm going to go down and visit because I've got this package I want to bring down. And
the week before the Fat Splash.
Yes.
Yeah. And so Megan keeps the secret. She doesn't tell me, but she made a weird comment to me when I told her I was going. She goes, what are you going for? And I'm thinking, she's usually really happy. She's usually just says, oh my God, that's so exciting and whatever. But the first thing she said was, what are you going to Moncton for? And I was like,
I know. Because I was like, oh my God.
So weird. And even when I messaged Candy, I said, do you want to see Grammy today? And she's like, we always want to see Grammy. So
that's why I did a better job of that. Because I was like, oh.
When I drove by yesterday from when we were coming through, I sent a message just before we got to the Salisbury exit where they were at. And I said, would you guys like a Grammy hug? And immediately it was like, we always want Grammy hugs.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that was exciting.
Yeah, that was a good surprise.
That was the best surprise I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
The pool party itself was amazing. The staff at the pool, kudos to
fabulous.
Parks and Rec, Victoria Park, your pool staff. Pool staff is amazing.
Yeah.
Like top notch. They were ready for us. They even decorated the window for us. They were kind. They were accommodating.
Yeah.
They were just very, very nice. They let us go on whatever we wanted, like the slide, whatever. The diving board, they didn't say a word. It was, for me, it was very emotional to watch, especially when you guys all got up there and ran and jumped in the pool. Because it was so great to see you guys having so much fun, but I so wanted to be up there.
I know.
I was like, maybe I could put my wheelchair up there and they can just dump me in. But next year.
Yeah. The slide is like a source of big contention, and Tammy's been talking a lot about the slide. I think you've mentioned it on the podcast too, right? And so, when we got there, everybody was like super excited. And so I did ask the lifeguard because I was like, there's got to be some sort of weight limit on it because there usually is. And Tammy was like, no, there can't be. It's solid, I promise. And I'm like, no, there's obviously going to be a weight limit. But then when I had asked and this is what we mean by the staff being really good, like it was one of the guy lifeguards. And I was just like, you know, does the slide have a weight limit? Like, can we go on it? And he was like, yeah, like if you can fit comfortably, like go for it. Like he was like, absolutely, it's for everybody.
And that slide is solid.
It is solid.
Like it's not
Mm-hmm.
it's not like a water slide or anything like that, and it's not like those old blue slides. It's a big red double plastic slide. It reminds me of the old fashioned slides that we used to slide down on feed bags with, the ones that had 2 or 3. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
That's what it reminded me of. Solid.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
solid.
It just, and I had someone, I can't even remember who it was, but someone had commented so I had asked the question, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to go down the slide. So me and Emma, my sister, had gone down, and someone had said to me, I'm glad that you were one of the first people.
Mhm.
And I think that's true for a couple of reasons. We're hosting, right? But I think, you know, it would have been one thing because there were all different sizes, right?
Which
and
was
that's
great,
beautiful,
too.
right? All different sizes from, I would say, like a 12,
Mhm.
14, all the way up to like 24, 26, right? Different, and everybody holding their weight in different spots, and it was just awesome, right? And so I think, you know, having somebody who is between a size 3 and 5, depending on the day or the outfit, someone who's on the larger scale of the plus size community, go down the slide first and be able to go down it safely and fit down it and all that stuff. I think that's then spiral. They're like, oh, I can do it. Like,
oh, and then there was a frenzy. It was like splash, 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 splash.
Yeah, but you know what the best part about all of that was, and this was something that even though you didn't go down the slide for this event, you will eventually. I know you will.
I know I will.
You were still able to participate in one of the most impactful things that I think about, which is as people were going down the slide, the lot of us stood around the slide, like all around people on, cheering them on. And it was such a beautiful moment.
Because I think of like Paula, who has mobility issues, and she struggled to get to the top, and she told me that when she came down.
Yeah.
And she had a hard time like kind of transferring into the slide because there was kind of a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she did hit hard when she got down at the bottom.
Oh, I did, because you.
Yeah. And she told me that afterwards, but she loved the experience. So
yeah. Well, and you know what? I think specifically the slide situation is that 9 times out of 10, when when I go somewhere that's a pool and there's a slide, usually the weight limit at max is like
300 pounds.
300. You might see the odd 350, but like no. Usually it's like 250 to 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I'm over that 300. So like for me, that's really, I wouldn't be able to. And so and the thing too is like, you can also be a 2X and be over. We all hold our weight so differently.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to gauge what someone actually weighs.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think the actual act of going down the slide for a lot of women, a lot of people, a lot of fat people who are fat, like that is a huge moment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think also people were like, I'm glad you kind of were the first one, because you were able to like kind of show, you know, you can do it. And and it did start that trend. So it was such a beautiful moment to see people cheer others on, and yeah, people wanted to jump in, people felt safe.
The run and jump, and Candace did the diving board. She was like a little kid. And Candace made my day when I went in the change room, and she had what was it, Lilo? Or Stitch?
I know, it was a Stitch one.
She had this head wrap towel thing for drying your hair, and when you wrapped it around your head, it had ears on. It looked like Stitch.
I love her.
She's just like,
you know, see, and that's the beautiful thing about it.
People were just, what I found was people were non-judgmental. They were friendly. They were engaging with others. There was people there we didn't know. There was people there and the other thing, there was people there from Amherst, Moncton, Windsor, Mount Uniacke, New Glasgow, Pictou, Halifax, Bedford, Sackville, Dartmouth, like
oh yeah, there was tons. There's like
everywhere.
30 of us. Like that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I think there was closer to 35 with all of us, wasn't there?
Yeah, between there. Yeah, because we had, I think, what, 2 people not show?
Yes.
That's not bad.
Yeah. And then after the pool was
Oh yes.
was fun. We went to the pavilion.
Yeah.
And we played bingo. And I'm telling you, Megan, if you ever decide not to be a social worker and you want something fun to do, bingo calling is your, I swear that's the career you were designed for. All the jokes and all that. And yeah, it was
I was like, hey, we're going back over to the O's. Oh, we're going back over. What did they say?
And Suzanne said to me, are we playing or are we not playing? I'm like, we're playing. She's like, what if we win? I'm like, we'll just give the prize to somebody else. And Candy goes, I'm sitting beside you. I said, sure enough, if I win, you can have it.
Oh, yeah, and then I was like, hey, we're feeling Taylor Swift with, you know, whatever, I-22.
And then you were like, we're going to slide over to the bees. And everybody was laughing. Oh my God. Yeah. So it was fun. It was just a little bit of an icebreaker. Everybody was like, and I was watching the girls and they were all sharing their snacks. They all had little snacks and stuff. They had hummus and crackers and chips and we had snacks and it was the sweetest thing. I felt so empowered coming away from that. We were living that really high for, I'm sure we rode that high for 3 days afterwards because it was a big endorphin.
It was. And I will say, like, normally in social situations, I tend to dwell because of the way my social anxiety works. But I didn't do any of that.
I didn't either. I didn't worry.
Which is so weird for me.
The only thing that I was worried about was the accessibility issues that we encountered.
Yeah. That was,
sad.
Did you want to talk about those a little bit?
I can talk about that briefly. I mean, it is my passion, but this isn't the platform for accessibility issues. But I will say that Victoria Park, although you have lovely pool staff, some of the other staff was not very accommodating. Specifically calling and asking, because we had 2 people in wheelchairs, myself being one, we had called and asked to have the hippocamp brought down, which is the wheelchair that you can wheel, or the device, it looks like a wheelchair with big wheels on it, that you can wheel into the water. And because Victoria Park Pool does not have handrails for anybody entering, and there is a section with a handrail, but it goes into a kiddie pool, and then there's a ledge that you have to step over to get into the main pool. And for someone who is in a wheelchair, that's not accessible.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a hard time. I managed to get in, but it was only because I went down those 2 steps, then I scooched on the wall the rest of the way, all the way around. And I'm lucky because I have the upper body strength to pull myself along like that, but not everybody does.
Yeah.
So anyway, we encountered, I'd say, 2 major problems, and that one was, one, we couldn't get one wheelchair user into the pool, so that made us feel bad. And 2 was the Parks and Rec staff that was working outside the pavilion.
Yeah.
It was very inaccessible to get in the pavilion. Megan's husband had to bring me in, and it was very dangerous coming down the slope. I almost face planted, and through no fault of Richard's. It was just the slope was gigantic coming down. It was almost straight down like this, coming and going up on the other side was the same thing. And the Park and Rec staff's answer to Leo when he came in to pick me up was, well, my grandmother comes in here and we can get her up there, so you should be able to.
Oh, is that what you asked Leo? See, I didn't know.
I asked Leo what he said, and that's what he told him. Because Leo said, this is not accessible. He said, I deal with this lady on a regular basis. This is not. I know this is not.
Oh,
because Leo knows what's accessible. And
because him and Leo had exchanged words before Emma had gone.
Yes. And that's what Leo was asking him to lower the gate. And that's when he started saying, no, I can't let you go in that way. So they have a chain. You used to be able to drive right up to the pavilion and you'd be right beside it, especially if you were renting it. Now they have a Parks and Rec building in front of the pavilion, and they have the driveway that you drive through to the pavilion is now blocked off. So you have to go up and around that whole establishment. And it's big loose gravel, and then going up steep inclines and coming back down steep inclines, and then big loose gravel again. So none of it was accessible to get in, and it was extremely hard to get in and out. And anyway, by the end of the party, I was very angry because I was I was the last person there. I couldn't wheel myself out, so I just lifted the chains and went through and wheel myself through because I couldn't go up and over.
Yeah.
And nobody could pull me up and over, and they shouldn't be expected to pull me up and over that.
Right.
So
yeah, I feel
rant
like
over.
well, I just my 2 cents is that I feel like that sometimes, and I said this because I'd written like an update. Do you want some?
Yeah, it's kind of getting steaming hot in here, or I am.
Okay,
menopause face. Just wind these up and get a little air on my face.
There we go.
I'm old. I'm menopause, you know.
Okay.
All right.
Now the only thing is,
what will happen? Nothing.
I don't know.
Hopefully nothing. We're
one moment. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. We just wanted to make sure.
Brief interlude.
Yes. So, I just feel like sometimes we say, "Oh, this is accessible," or "Oh, that's accessible." Like it's almost like this good enough mentality. Like, yes, you can physically get a wheelchair up there, so it makes it accessible, but that is not necessarily what makes something accessible. Like
your
truly.
98-pound grandmother in a wheelchair being pushed by a big, strong man. Well, yeah, sure, you can get 98-pound grandma up that hill.
Right, but doesn't necessarily.
But it doesn't mean that you can get a fat girl in a wheelchair, or even a semi-fat girl in a wheelchair up over that incline, or that girl might be pushing herself. She may not have help.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is not accessible.
No, and even with someone who is smaller, like the 98, like
well, Michelle was smaller. She couldn't get through it on her own.
Yeah, exactly. So it just because something is quote unquote doable does not mean it's accessible. Like truly.
I mean, I could go up in the air in a plane and say I'm going to jump out of a plane, but if I don't have a parachute, it's not accessible.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like I think true accessibility is allowing, like having spaces where it doesn't matter whether you're in a wheelchair or whether you're not in a wheelchair, you can still access the space without assistance.
Yes.
Right? Like that is like the biggest thing. Like Tammy, I won't get into her story about this weekend, but she was talking about an incident where she had to like try to get into a building and they're like, oh, well, we can't get you into the building unless somebody like pulls you, like brings you, right? And so can you imagine like going somewhere and having to be like, having to turn around and having them to essentially like drag you across.
It's humiliating when you're a grown 56-year-old woman and you're used to doing things on your own, and to have somebody drag you in the building like you're in a baby carriage or a stroller, you know, that's what it strikes me as. Like, and then, you know, shoving you up a hallway, and, you know, it's just,
it's awful. It's awful.
No one would want that for anyone. Like, I wouldn't want that for anyone I know. So I certainly don't want it for myself.
No. So I think, yeah, we need to kind of rethink the idea of like, what is accessibility? Like, what does it look like?
And the thing about accessibility, and this is, I talk about this quite a bit because I truly believe this. If when we're revamping or rebuilding or building new, if you build it accessible, everybody can use it. If you don't build it accessible, then you limit it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost any more in the beginning to build accessible. And a lot of times it's cheaper to build accessible because, say you're building an entrance to a building. Well, instead of having stairs, you have a sloped ramp. So mothers with strollers, people in walkers, someone with a cane, someone with a wheelchair, regular walkers can all go up a graded ramp.
Yep.
Much easier to clean off in the winter time. You know, like there's various positive aspects to, instead of building like steps, to building a sloped entrance.
Yeah.
You know, and a pool. Have an entrance with a couple of steps or a slope, but have handrails so that someone can wheel up to it with their wheelchair. And if they've got hand strength, they can get in. Or, like I said, the hippocamp. Mm-hmm. Have it at the pool so it's there for people that can use it.
Yeah.
Because keeping it in storage does no one any good.
No, especially when you can only communicate like Monday to
Monday to Friday, and you have to go
no
pick it up.
evenings. You have to pick it up.
It's hard enough as a person who's in a wheelchair to get yourself to an event. Can you imagine having to try and go get this gigantic, it's a commercial piece of equipment to be used in public places.
Yeah.
It's not a personal thing that you would buy for yourself and take it home.
No.
And most people don't have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
So, like, I just wish people would think before.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Well, you know, and it's kind of similar to even just being in a plus size body or a fat body, is like people don't think about those things unless they live it. Like,
Yep, true. Like designing things like the slide at Victoria Park. Now that's a positive. That slide could accommodate, I would say, almost everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there would, except like I couldn't get up because of the stairs. But again, if they had done maybe an incline ramp and a landing at the top, then
maybe
someone could have pushed me up in the chair, and
True.
So it all depends. Like if you're building that, same as a mom with a stroller, maybe she wants to go down the slide with her 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Like she wheels her kids up there in the stroller, up the ramp, gets down, the lifeguard wheels the stroller back down to the bottom, and Bob's your
Away
uncle.
they go.
You know, like seriously.
Yeah.
It's not just for people who have accessibility issues. There's lots of times when people need a little, little hand with things.
Of course.
As I see.
A mom with stroller.
A mom with a stroller.
Anything else you want to talk about for the event? Anything that inspired you?
Oh my gosh.
Stood out to you?
Yes. The kindness of the people towards each other was just, there was something that made me cry. One of our customers watched one of our friends try on something, put it down, try on something, put it down, and then she picked it up and she tried it on and she put it down, and then the other one picked it up and put it down again, and they were talking about how much they both liked it. So the customer of ours came to me and said, Tammy, put this on my bill and give it to this other person after I leave because she loves it, and she put it down. And I said, are you sure? And she's like, absolutely. So after she left, I gave it to the other person, and it was just an emotional thing because people struggle, especially people who are overweight. They struggle to fit in. They struggle to find their tribe. They struggle to, like something like swimming. Most people who are plus size can all do it, and it's something we all enjoy, but we don't always get the opportunity, and we don't always feel comfortable. And I think we made a safe, comfortable space, and the happiness just overflowed into the after event.
I would agree. Like even
and the comments about next time, or can we have this again next month, and can we have 2 hours? And when are we planning to go on a cruise? Like there was so many comments.
I know. In fat camp, people were talking a lot about fat camp,
and we're seriously considering that.
We are seriously considering that for next summer, so that's something to think about. Yeah, for me, I think it would be the same. Like just that it was so fun, so loving. Like some people said that it was healing. Like
yes.
Some people were like, I don't even have any plus size friends. Like this is, to be surrounded by plus size people is like,
for me, sitting in the floaty, because I couldn't go up the slide and could do a lot of things. I couldn't jump off the side. But what I could do is I could take pictures and I could watch the joy and I could cheer people on. And so I got to kind of be the observer, and it was kind of cool.
Yeah. It was such a good day.
Yeah, it was.
And you know what? It's like I'm trying to describe. Like a couple of my coworkers were asking me about it earlier this week, and I was just like, they're like, "Oh, how did it go?" and everything, and I was like, "Good." It was so magical.
That's the word.
Yeah, it's kind of even hard just to even talk about or
I felt like it was almost like somebody brought Disney to us, but there was no Disney. It was just us.
Yeah, like it just...
And we were everybody commented on how beautiful that pool is.
I know. I don't think that we can accurately describe that feeling.
The other thing I want to mention is this was totally alcohol-free before and after.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody batted an eyelash.
No.
Nobody said anything. And everybody that was at the pool, I'm sure, came to the after event. Did they not?
Yep.
Everybody came over.
Yep.
So like, I just feel like we nailed it. Like that,
it was such a,
it was such a needed thing, I think.
It's so hard to put into words how impactful an event like this was.
And somebody might say, well, it's just swimming. You went swimming for an hour. Big deal. No, it was way more than that.
It was.
There was bonding going on. There was emotional release. There was, like you said, healing. There was, like, some people were sitting, some people didn't even get in. They were just kind of sitting on the side watching everything. But they were, like, I think it was Candy who might have said about the vibe. Like, the vibe in the place was just so cool.
I know.
Like, it was just, there was so much positivity. I don't even know. It was like an energy was surrounding us.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wild.
I don't think I've ever been in an event with women, especially, all together where people weren't being catty or like drama or, you know, like, oh, I'm not going to that because she's going to that, or I'm not going to that after thing because that's just lame. Everybody just seemed like they were having so much fun.
It was, yeah. Like, I can't even put words to it. It's just one of those things.
I think I got a picture of Megan the bingo caller because that was my favorite thing.
That was,
Slide back over to the O's.
Everybody.
Step into the B's now. Somebody's still with me. I will in the middle, and I will repeat this if I have to, but pay attention, people.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was
cool.
It was
and good call on the bingo. That was a great game to play afterwards.
I think so too.
Yeah. And it was just long enough, I think.
Yes. Because we did the pool time later in the day. So I think, as 6 or 6:30 hit, people were like, okay, because people were traveling quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, no, I think it went fantastic. I'm so happy. I'm so excited for, next year. Like, if we could do one next month, we would. It's just that
it's not feasible with all the other things we have going on.
Yeah. And like, cause I was looking at, and the costs and stuff, but we're thinking about doing something like silent disco. We're thinking about maybe doing another, like a fall pool time or winter pool time. So we are thinking about doing different things. So just keep posted, I guess. Stay tuned. Yeah. Anything else? Any last final words?
No, just thinking about, I'm smiling because I'm thinking about that day and how,
Yeah. It's almost
great
like
it was.
When people ask me, it's almost like I can't even just.
It's like a euphoria.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
I remember at one point being out in the middle of the pool, just below, like in the middle, and somebody was up on the top taking a picture of all of us down below.
Oh, Suzanne.
Yeah. And I remember looking around at that time and everybody was smiling. Everyone. And not because she was taking a picture. Like some of them were talking to each other, but everybody was happy. Like there was no, I don't know. It was just so weird.
I know.
Because you usually don't have that.
No, it was just such a positive energy.
And shout out to all the ladies who didn't know us and just wanted to come, because there were quite a few of you guys that didn't know who we were and just put your trust in us and like didn't know Suzanne. And thank you for doing that. And we enjoyed having you, and we hope you come back to more of our events.
Yeah.
We plan to have more and hope to have more.
Oh my God, yes.
And your idea for Fat Camp, I loved.
I think
that's amazing.
There will be a Fat Camp 2026. I have a feeling in my bones.
Yes.
All right. Well, with that, have a wonderful week.
We love you guys.
We do love you guys, and
feedback is accommodating. Feedback is appreciated in the comments.
Of course, yes. Make sure you comment.
Yeah. Give us a comment. And if you got any ideas for any fat-friendly events that we could do, maybe over the winter and stuff, let us know, because we're always thinking of things. So,
all right.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Sunshine in the sky, Megan and Tammy, here to testify, spreading love. Laughter and good vibes too. The Fat Girl Chronicles, we're breaking through. No more hiding, no more feeling small. We're taking up space, standing proud and tall. Our voice is strong, our stories to be heard. challenging the stereotypes. Flipping the world, the chronicles